Gutterball Frame 41 coming at you live, 54, excuse me. I can't even talk right. And I don't even think that screen picked up. So thank you. I appreciate that, Yeti Mike. We're coming hot at you on a Thursday night, listening to some Rush before this, getting amped, a little Roll the Bones. We're feeling good. Real quick before we get into anything, if you want to come on the podcast, let us know, whether that be emailing us. What is that? Gutterball@business, gmail.com. All that jazz, comments, Instagram, Facebook, message us, DMs. Let us know. Bring it on the cast. Anybody, hit us up. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. Again, all that good shit. Paul, how we feeling? How's everyone week's doing?
Doing pretty good, Jack. How are you doing, man?
Good. I'm not too bad. Just chilling. Grinding out work, for the podcast, working out every day, hitting the bag, doing all that jazz. Realizing that my gloves are complete pieces of garbage and I got to get new ones, especially when I'm hitting the bag, like they're shit. But other than that, I'm good. I am going through the process of selling a lot of my old streetwear. So I got a bunch of streetwear for y'all. It's going to be posted on my Grailed 5 Jackson 61. That will be in the description. A bunch of stuff going there to free up some money, so I can stack cameras and new cars and all that jazz, and just some pieces that I don't care about. I'm keeping the more hyped stuff, but there is some really cool pieces.
You're not selling the Kim Jong-un double set, are you?
No. That's unsealed. Both of those, the set. That will be passed down to my younger kids. Unopened, yeah, dead stock, 100%. Yeah, that's not changing either. That will be passed down to my kids, and it'll be written to my will. No one touches that. Once he dies, it's gonna be worth a lot of money.
Why can't it go to me? I'm just.
You want it?
No,
I can do that. Well, now that I see more cool shit, I want to show more cool shit. But
yeah. Yeah, Jackson's Grailed will be in the description below here. He's going to be selling all types of streetwear from various.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm selling about 50 different pieces, all going to be on Grailed. About 40 of them are FTP, I think, maybe even more than that. For fuck's sake. This is the first FTP bear that they ever released. I think they dropped this in 2014. I got this for a cool. It's going to sound like a lot, but it wasn't. Trust me. I got this for a cool 120, and I've seen these go for anywhere to 300 to 400 now. And it's verified. It's real. I know it is. And I almost don't want to touch it. But this came out, I think, maybe earlier than that. It felt 2014, something like that.
Damn, that's cool.
Nice FTP bear.
Was this supposed to cut? Does it come in packaging, or is that just like how it comes, like in a box?
It came in a box. I don't think it came in like original packaging. No, it just came, and I put it in Ziplocs. Obviously, I do have all 3 FTP bears that they dropped, every single one.
You should try to sell it as a bundle.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I'm kind of wagering what price I'm going to do. And this is the second bear. I bought the other 2 for retail for like $30. I got a really good steal. And these can, again, sell for like $150. I mean, that's just steal. Again, I'm a reseller. Fuck y'all. I don't care. You want to pay it, you're going to pay it. People are going to buy that shit. This one is my favorite, most recent. Look at that guy. He's handsome. I almost don't want to sell him, but
he is handsome.
He's a handsome looking guy. Look at that. He's like, you can take all the shit off. The mask comes off completely. He's a fucking robber. I like this guy.
Yeah,
might actually to keep this guy. Now that I look at him, fuck, I want this one ain't for sale, motherfucker. This is mine. This bear looks sick. This bear's cool as shit. Hold up. I don't know where to put him. I mean, I know where to put him. It's fine. We'll put him over here.
That's the coolest bear I've ever seen.
It is a very cool bear. He's dripped out. I got some Team Sesh pieces for all y'all that want to smoke blunts and fucking look at Team Sesh pictures. This is Bones' first photo book he's ever released, The Road Less Traveled. Get a nice look at that. Comes in a nice sleeve. This is really, really good quality coffee book, signed by Bones and BGI.
Damn,
right there.
Who's BGI?
His photographer. And then I have 2 of these, one for myself.
I want all of this stuff. This stuff's cool.
So pretty much this is just a photo book. I think the retail is about $170. I can probably get like $250 out of it, maybe $220. And it's not that old, but it is his first photo book, signed by Bones. Just think it's a little rare, but I do have my own because I wanted to keep one. I didn't want to sell the other.
Nice.
But so one last Team Sesh. I think I'm selling a couple more Team Sessions, but here's the other one. Some nice Sesh golf stompers. I think they're size 10. Smoke a blunt, ash it out with these bad boys, in style, made in fucking
Oh yeah,
Germany or some shit,
damn!
handmade.
I wanted the like the cart or like the tan ones of that
These are sick. They come with the little fucking put your
cargo pocket.
rugs in there right there, and then it's got matches in there and all types of stuff. It's cool.
Came with
I don't want to
matches.
came with matches on both shoes and both sides, yeah, which I'm like,
That's kind of
pretty
cool.
sick. I didn't know they're in there. He does that in all his coats apparently, and I didn't know that. We got some G59, some good stuff. G59, sponsored Child Soldier right here. Some good shit. Really high quality print. It may
That's
not look
super
like
cool.
it, but it's really, really good. Fucking steals and deals. You can get this for $40. You know what that is, Paul? That's retail. You ain't gonna find that anywhere else. Jax has got you. I got you, man. A lot of this shit, I'm gonna fuck you, but I got you. This, I got you, dog. $40. I got you. No problem. This green FTP Anorak from
You have over 50 items you're selling. Good lord.
yes. I'm not showing them all. I'll just show.
I was gonna say. I was like.
No, you want me to go through all? It'll take a while. This guy, fucking 2015 era, super rare, made popular by Suicide Boys FTP. It's a raincoat. Yep, Suicide Boys. We wore that in their music video. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Did they have a green one?
Yeah, all over. This one I have in dead stock, but I'm selling the other one because I don't want it. Keep the dead stock one.
That one's really cool.
That one's pretty sick. Self-explanatory. I don't know. Probably let that go for like $80, something like that. This one is the time that guy lit himself on fire at the White House. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty gnarly dude.
Did that guy die?
He set himself on fire, so I would assume so. I'm pretty sure he did. He just burned through Chris. I would just leave him there. I got the matching set, the green pants right here. Can't go wrong with that. Maybe I'll sell them as a pair. Nice little shirt, little zipper pocket. Perfect. Pretty sick. Last piece I'll show y'all. It's the 187 sweater. Really, really cool. Just high quality Christmas sweater. Wear it to your family functions. What does 187 mean? Murder, homicide, police code. So there you go. Pretty cool stuff. And all this you can get on Grailed. And guys, there's like an entire fucking laundry bin full of shit that's over there that you don't even get to see. It's gonna be all on Grailed the next week, and you guys can have a fucking good look at that. It's gonna be nice stuff.
Is that 187 FTP?
It is FTP, yes.
I was gonna say it almost looked like that one sweater guy, that like the cowgirl sweater.
Oh no, it's not 444. I'm keeping all the 444 stuff, even though most of it doesn't fit me anymore. Just because he's not big enough to the point where I could sell it for a good market, but once he reaches that threshold,
yeah,
he's gonna be huge. And he does customs, Paul, for $250, and he'll make whatever you want.
Is all of his stuff too small for you?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, if there's anything you do want to get rid of that might fit me, let me know. But we'll talk about that after the cast. But anyways, you heard it here, folks, people, ladies, gentlemen. Go to Jackson's Grailed. He's gonna be selling all types of stuff. Some of the stuff he just previewed for sure is gonna be on sale. He's gonna have even more. And get yourself some fresh new fit. You're like, what's this FTP stuff? What all this? All you need to know is that it's fashion. Buy it up.
Yeah. What are you, fucking loser? Everyone dresses the same. They're wearing Carhartt, Justice, Jamboree. I don't know what people wear, but it's shit. I don't want to see you in Old Navy. You look like shit. Okay. Frankly, you look like garbage.
Your fucking Arizona jeans, you look like a dickhead. All right, you need to change it up.
I hate you.
Now, Jackson, I'm feeling a little left out, so I'm going to show two things of mine.
Okay, we're doing a show and tell episode. I like this. This is good.
And it isn't clothing.
Okay.
But it is art, and I have two finished pieces. One of them I think I've already maybe shown on here. I'm not selling these yet. They are going to go for sale at some point. I need to set up like a shop.
Glad you're doing that. Right on.
This guy is called Always Watching.
We saw him before. That's cool. He's good looking.
Yeah, handsome looking fellow. You can hang him on the wall. It totally works. Finished clay. And then this other guy I just finished. This is what I'm calling the Icy Gremlin #1. He's completely clear coated now. Nice. Now, you have to get really close for the details, but he does have a lot of details here. He's got the grills, aka a Chromebook processor for his mouth.
I don't trust that guy. I wouldn't trust him with shit. I wouldn't loan him $10.
He's got the pink splattering on here.
Some Dexter looking motherfucker. I don't like it.
You don't like this little guy? He's like, a little off kilter. He's scary.
To me, like, I have to like kind of focus and make it look like a face, but like it's just weird. I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan.
You don't like this?
Get that guy away from me. It looks really cool though. It looks really, really well made. Would you? I'd buy that, folks. Go and buy that. We're gonna have an Etsy page soon enough.
I wouldn't even know like what
Yeah.
to. I don't even know like what to sell. That's the problem. Like I need to go do the math on materials and how long it took me, and just figure out how much this could sell for if somebody wanted my junk art. But
That's
no,
true.
this is by far my favorite piece lately. There's a bigger one I'm working on, which is Icy Gremlin number 2. And for scale purposes, this is Icy Gremlin number 1. Icy Gremlin number 2 is like this fucking big, dude.
See, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
And he's taking a while because I had some problems with the mouth at first, kind of falling apart, so I'm kind of redoing some things. But
Right.
but yeah, stay tuned. Maybe eventually on one of these shows, in the description there'll be some type of art link to I don't know. I've got to think of a business name. Art by Fi. I don't know. Just fucking some Instagram
Fi.
page with an Etsy shop. Just Fi.
That's how that should be my rapper name. So I already claimed it, but you can use it for whatever else you want.
Okay.
It's
Well, you know how
ours.
hard it's gonna get the domain just Fi. If someone
No,
probably already has it.
no, it's our last name. It's ours. It's legally ours. I looked it up. No one can use it. I mean, no one can take it from us though.
Yeah, but it like I already bet you somebody has the domain like www.fi.com.
Oh,
Like you know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Like
The
I
the
can
domain
use
name,
it,
yeah.
but that
Okay.
domain long gone. And whoever has it, you know, is probably using it for something completely
Well,
different.
it's probably just Fi Entertainment. I think it's just that store. In a
Oh
shitty store.
yeah, FYE.
FYE. Yeah. I think it's that. 100% them.
I wonder how much they
own it,
paid for that domain. Or maybe it is just like for your entertainment. They just decided to spell it out.
I'm not going to do it, but I'd be curious if we did hypothetically sued, if we could win, because it is our last name.
No,
and we didn't give them
we
permission,
wouldn't
but
win.
they're using it as an acronym, so it wouldn't work because our last name isn't an acronym.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Would
think
not
like
work,
the
yeah.
domain Art by Fi would be easy to get. But watch, there's somebody listening that just went and bought it, and now they're gonna penny pinch me for it.
Art by Fi. I feel like you can do something better and more name catching. If you have an idea for what Paul should name his Etsy shop, put it in the comments.
Or not
we wanna
Etsy,
hear
but
it.
Shopify
Whatever.
something.
Shopify,
for my art.
whatever you're doing.
I don't know. I thought about Fi Ramics, but it doesn't really make sense, and it sounds weird. And it's
I
not
like
just
Fi
and it's
Ramics.
not just going to be ceramics, though. There might be other arts on there, like that tapestry I made of Sam Hyde. I could sell that. I could sell those.
You could, I guess. I didn't know you could do that without his permission, but
Well,
I mean, I guess
think
you didn't
about
make
all
it.
the other dickheads selling things that have him on it, but then also uploading clips of him that have him on it. Eventually, they're just going to tell me to stop if he doesn't really like that. But also, too, like, there's that fine line between, like, what's art and then when is it not theirs when you've edited it to a point.
That's
So,
true.
like, and there was that, oh man, I don't want to bring it up because I don't even know a lot of the details, but just recently there was some big court that ruled against someone on Time magazine, took a picture of somebody else's, I think it was of Prince, you know, the musical artist that passed away like a few years ago or whatever. And they like, all they did was put a filter on them. So like, you know, like, do you remember in graphic arts bit mapping where it would show the black, but then the white, and it would kind of give that kind of cool, you know what I'm talking about? Like
Peter
Scarface.
Parkered him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he Peter
I got
Parkered
you.
him. He Peter Parkered like black, or I think it was orange and blue or orange and black of Prince's face from somebody else's photo. And that guy that sued that took that original photo won. And it was like a big case because like it really changes how what's considered altered and what isn't.
Well, no, I agree. Good, because that's a big fucking magazine. So
that is a
good
big
on that
magazine.
guy.
It's also too like all it really looked like the dude did was take that same photo, zoom in, throw a bitmap on it, change the colors, and use that, like, and just use that as the cover, I think, or whatever magazine it was. So,
Yeah.
that to me isn't completely altered. Like, I don't know. It's a very fine line. But yeah, I mean, yeah, people can sue you for that shit, especially if you're making money off of it. So you got to be careful. And I got to be careful. Like that Sam Hyde tapestry made, yeah, he's on it, but like it's edited to the point of like, well, could I get sued? Yeah, probably. Do I probably want to have an LLC in the event that happens? Yeah, probably. So maybe it's like so maybe it's like I won't sell those right away. Maybe I'll just start by selling ceramics and what other art things I have made, and then from there, as I get more money, then purchase an LLC, and then I'm a little more like not as worried if I get sued. But
if getting sued is even a thought in your head, just don't do it. Like that's the end of the day. Boom. Paul, how do you feel about we burned through a lot of these old ass topics because I want to get rid of a lot of these.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right now.
Fresh. Let's just go through it. We already talked about It's Always Sunny.
Yep.
Out of here. See you later, buddy.
It was a good new season. Watch it.
Fuck it. Fuck that. I'm just kidding. Nah, I watched the first episode. It's pretty good. It's funny. Yeah. Guy living with Puma. This dude lives with a puma, and for those that don't know what a puma is, it's a large wild cat. It's not domesticated. Pumas are like the step up from like a fucking tiger or something. They can't be domesticated. I mean, a little bit.
They're bigger than a cougar, right? But not as big as like a tiger.
They're smaller than a tiger. They're bigger. They're I think the same size of like a lynx or whatever those things are.
Yeah,
those cats or an ocelot. They're bigger than an ocelot, but they're fucking more menacing. This pretty much this dude, his name is, I don't even want to say his name, but it's Pumbacaracal on Instagram. I should show his profile, but he pretty much owns one, and it's hundreds and hundreds of videos, but every single time it's like pissed at him. It's like, it's scratching at him, and he's like, no, I love you, and he's just swatting at his face, and it's just every single video. I'm not joking. I watch like maybe 100. I'm just like, oh my God, this thing's pissed. And it just goes to show you that thing should not be inside being fed by this asshole. But to make it worse, he's like poking it and fucking with it, which is fucked. It's like, why are you messing with it, dude? Release it, leave it. He's like over there poking it and wonder why it's trying to literally bite his fucking hand off. And it's
that's actually pretty funny, but it's fucked up.
Yeah, look that guy up. It's
he's eventually gonna get killed.
No, he has millions of views.
It's gonna kill him.
Excuse me, not views, millions of followers on Instagram. Millions of people are like, this is cool.
What if one day he just doesn't upload? He's dead. It fucking gored him.
That'd be pretty cool.
Once it
gets your neck, once it gets that, dude, you're fucked, honestly. Dude, but I like the comments though. They're divided into this is abuse versus this is fucking awesome. I like this. So decide for yourself. Look it up, Pumbacaracal on Instagram. Fuck that guy. I'm gonna burn through these because most of these are mine, and I want to
go for it.
I'll do one more, and then you could do your own topic or pick one of yours you put on there. Eli Yoder, ex-Amish that is smuggling phones in the Amish community. Check this guy out. His name's Eli Yoder, ex-Amish. He looks like it, sounds like it, probably
Eli
smells
Yoder
like it.
Or Eli?
Eli Yoder, ELIYODER, Yoder.
Okay.
He is ex-Amish, and he is smuggling phones into the Amish community, and he's exposing how bad they are. And I want to go super
like
into
really
it.
Abusive?
They're really, really bad. They're so abusive. I mean, think about they don't use antibiotics. They're sexual abuse. You know, there's no medical treatment. There's no dentist. Animals are abused 24/7. They pretty much are all drunks or pieces of shit. So from what he's saying, at least in his community.
It would be different if they actually were doing the whole Amish thing and not doing any of that negative shit. But see, that's the problem, man. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, like. I don't trust that shit that's outside of society.
Well, at least his congregation, and again, it's not all of them, but I'm sure a lot of them, not just society, but he doesn't like them, and he's helping Amish people get worldly things. It's like at the end of the day, man, when the dude needs to go to the dentist 24/7 and you're pulling teeth out with the fucking goddamn like rusty, you know, like pair of pliers in the 21st century, it's a little fucked up, man. Is that not fucked up? It's like it's like that touchy subject with the parents. I think South Park and Family Guy touched on this really well, where they didn't want to give the kid medicine for cancer because they're like holistic.
Yeah,
I mean, that happened, and it still happens.
Yeah,
but that's fucked. I don't agree with that. So that's my 2 cents on that. Fuck the Amish. Check out Eli Yoder. He's pretty cool, and he'll just tell stories about growing up in the Amish. It's wild. Because you're like, did you grow up in like 1700? Like, what do you mean no running water? What do you mean you broke your leg and you just splinted it and went on? Like, what do you mean? Like, that's all they did. I'm like, oh, lost a leg, you're dead. No. I mean, it's just crazy. But I digress.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, our dad grew up around the Amish communities, and I'd love to have him on here and pick his brain about that. We need to get Dad on the cast. That needs to happen.
Yeah, honestly, dude, I'm saying, man, don't get me wrong either. The Amish do interact with worldly people to trade and shit. Mm-hmm. And they do have like one emergency landline, so they actually know. They understand that. But no, I would like our dad on the cast. Y'all would love him. I think it'd be really fun. I don't think he would sit down for that long.
No.
I'm gonna be real. We could probably get him for like 20 minutes, probably.
Like a half hour.
It'd have to be all three of us. Just do it all in one room. And figure that out. But
yeah, that'd
be pretty cool. And you got any topics to burn through?
Yeah, sure. I don't think any of these are mine. Any of these
yeah?
Maybe I added a couple to. I added a few things to yours. Anyways, what I'd like to talk about is how insanely expensive it is to just be sick or need healthcare in the United States. And I feel like younger people don't realize that, obviously, until they need to pay for it or they have their own insurance, right? So I have arguably some of the best insurance you could get through my current employer at my age, for what it is, right? And I thought I had good insurance until you have a problem, right? So not a lot of people know I am getting surgery in a couple months. I basically have this type of infection that if it doesn't, it can happen to anybody. And if I don't get it taken care of, it can eventually turn into cancer. So I have to get it surgically removed. And with that being said, I'm going through, like, I just had my post-op today where you go see your normal doctor and he just, he does all the checks your heart, whatever, looks at your ears, checks your weight, just make sure nothing else weird is going on. And I got a bill last week from a doctor's visit I had a month ago where I actually had to go get the consultation for the surgery where they determine what it is, what needs to be done, and, determine that I needed surgery and what it was. And I got a bill and I have good insurance. So they covered, like, I don't know, $500. It was $700, which isn't a lot of money. I have $700, but when you think about that, it was a 40-minute fucking appointment. I had no x-rays or anything for them to just look at it and just be like, oh yeah, this needs to be done. So it was like 700, it was like 1,000. Well, if you include what insurance paid for, it was like over $1,000 for that. That's pretty crazy. And this surgery I know is going to be well over, I think, between $5,000 to $7,000. Luckily, my deductible will be maxed out. I'll still need to pay a good portion of it. But it's just like, how do, like, people that, I mean, like, I don't really come from money, right? We didn't really come from money. We're very middle class, whatever. We all had to buy our own shit from 16 plus pretty much. And just like, I wonder, like, that really makes me feel for poor people, man. It really makes me realize that healthcare is such a big racket and problem here in the United States, man. Like, it's crazy. And, like, don't get me wrong. There are places that have free healthcare, but it's arguably, people say it's not as good. Like, Canada's got free healthcare, but you need a certain thing done. You're on a wait list for 7 months. It's very different. Whereas, like, here, like, for the most part, it's pretty quick to get certain things done. But man, the expense, even with decent insurance, until you meet that deductible is fucking crazy. Like, I know friends that their deductible's like 10 grand or more, meaning, like, for that year, they have to pay up to 10 grand in medical expenses. After medical expenses, once they max that out, then it's all covered by insurance. Mine's like 2,000, dude. Like, I have to pay at max 2,000, and I'm almost at that limit after this freaking 40-minute visit, the pre-op, whatever. My surgery is almost going to be entirely covered by insurance almost at this point. And it just really makes me wonder, like, dude, how do we, like, come back from this? How is this fixed? I don't think we can, because it's such a debt, like, filled thing. Like, it's such a thing in the United States to just, like, have the, like, how expensive medical care is that you can't just, like, obviously change it overnight. And, like, my buddy Ricky, shout out Ricky, like, he found out recently he had some medical bills he didn't know about. And, like, it goes to collections, and, like, it turns out that as long as you're just paying the minimum or the sum amount they need, it doesn't affect your credit, as far as I know, and there's, like, no punishment for it. So it's, like, almost like, man, you should just almost, like, let all your medical bills go to collections, and then you can argue with them the price that you pay per month, and it can be as low as, like, depending on how much money in medical bills you have, it can be as low as, like, $20 a month. And
that's what they all do.
I know.
That's what everyone does.
Yeah, and I think that's what a majority of people do, is what it sounds like. I mean,
nobody pays medical bills.
Yeah, and, like, I do. I fucking pulled out my card and paid that $700 off.
That's why they charge that much, because they'll know people like us will pay it, and you have to. But versus if they know some deadbeat won't fucking pay, they won't even. They'll be like, whatever.
I know, and maybe I'm an idiot, maybe I'm a dumbass. Yes, I really wanted that $700 for other things instead of that fucking 40-minute whatever. But the way I chalk it up to is, like, well, I don't go to the doctor that often. Only this year have I started going, and I've had problems, and I've needed to. If things don't persist that way, I'm okay with paying the occasional up to $1,000 bill should I get it. But, like, I don't know, man. I just think it's just ridiculous. I don't even know what else to say on it unless you have anything to say about healthcare. But it's just, like, it's so fucked. Like, you really just don't realize until you're older. Like, even last year, I was just like, oh, healthcare isn't that expensive until you really need it. And then you do. I have good insurance. Like, my insurance is pretty decent. And, like, I don't know. It's interesting.
It's bad, dude. It sucks. I agree with you. Like, this is less than what you had to pay, but I did a meeting with my psychiatrist. I mean, I stopped doing therapy and psychiatry because it's fuck that. But
Yeah.
I stopped that like 3 months ago because the last meeting I had with her, I had it on my break at work because I'm like, fuck whatever. And mind you, I was clocked in, so I was getting paid, so that was nice. But I go out there for like 15 minutes and I have a virtual talk with her, XYZ, we're
Yeah.
done. She charged me $140 for the appointment. And I'm like, it was 15 minutes in my car and we didn't really say anything like worthwhile. And I didn't pay it for a while. And then they charged me interest a little bit, like a
Interest,
dollar
yeah.
or whatever here. And I was like, you motherfucker. So I just paid them, never going back. But that's really just made me give a bad taste in my mouth how much, like, just even going to like my regular MD to get shit was just like $300. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this isn't even worth it. I'm not even gonna go to checkups ever.
Well,
I'm gonna build up ailments and then
yeah,
go in.
that's how Kyle on PKA does it, where like he's like, I
Mhm.
just get like a lot of problems over time, and I go see the doctor
Mhm.
like once every 5 years or something, and then he
Yep.
and then he just gets a bunch of things just banged out all at once. Now,
Easy.
I totally get that approach. But please, obviously, like if you do need to talk to somebody, just do that over the financial aspect of it. But
Yeah,
um
I guess.
yeah, no, that should, therapy's expensive. That's another thing is like therapy should almost be free, but no one's going to fucking fund that. I'm sure there are some avenues for people that are lower income to get free therapy or discounted
You get
therapy, but
that you get that Joker therapy in the beginning of the movie.
yeah, yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
here are your meds. Up, we're done. No money. See you later. Close the door. I'm a psycho though. I don't really care.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. Yeah, I know you are. I don't want to be around you, man. Just
um
walks out.
with that
Um,
being with that being said though, if I may interject, one of my other topics I actually had for this cast was you are your own worst enemy, which is literally just like I'm sure there's a book called that or something. You are your own worst enemy. I'm sure people have said that. I've heard it before. I was just thinking
mhm.
about that when I was walking my dog a few hours ago because this last couple of weeks I've been kind of just in like a depressed slump. I am back to working out, which is good, but it hasn't really been scratching that itch, and I'm still just been kind of depressed, and I can't really pinpoint what it is. Part of me thinks it's just like what I'm currently going through with the surgery coming up. Some aspects of my job sometimes aren't the greatest. I don't enjoy, so maybe that contributes to it. But like with just that being said, like I'm in my head a lot, and that's a problem. And that's where I think a lot of problems come from is you are your own worst enemy. Straight up that line. Like you are going to and get stuck in this dark place in your head
Mhm.
where you just keep telling yourself these things and you feel just super stuck and trapped. And that's how I felt lately. Like I have not had good thoughts lately. I've had poor sleep. Um, I quit nicotine, which is good. I don't abuse
Mhm.
alcohol, thankfully, but like I don't know. I'm just kind of in a rut. I think it's just like one of those like few week ruts. I'm hoping it's just a few weeks. I'm really trying to get out of it. How I've been dealing with it is just trying to be distracted. But like, man, literally, it had been the first time in almost a year where 2 days ago, man, I got home and usually like I'm on like getting my chore done for the day whenever I get home,
Mhm.
uh, making my food. I sat down on the couch and just turned on a movie and sat there and just felt so unmotivated. I really don't know what it was. It's just a slump I'm in. And I wish I knew what the fix was, and I'm hoping it gets better soon. But I haven't had a day like that in a long time, man. Like where I literally just like I got home from work and I just couldn't function or had no want or desire to do anything else. And that rarely happens to me. And I know
Mhm.
the best thing to do in those situations is to force yourself to do something. And I couldn't that night. The whole time I was thinking in my head, I could go in there, grab my ceramic piece that, I have in a bag that I've been working on and just start cranking it out. And I didn't. Last night I did. And it took every ounce of me to do it because I didn't, all I wanted to do was sit on the couch and do nothing, which is kind of unlike me because I'm not like that anymore. Like I used to be a huge gamer, still kind of am, but I don't play as much, which I think is a good thing because I feel like I wasted not a ton of time in my childhood, but I did spend too much time, I think, gaming when I could have been doing other things.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't know. I know I'm kind of ranting right now. I don't really know what else to say, but I just want people to just kind of hear this as like whenever you go through these ruts, just know that like you are technically your own worst enemy. And the best thing you can do is to try whatever method it may be, whether it be talking to somebody or just keeping yourself busy so you get out of that out of your mind. Your mind is so dangerous, dude. People have no fucking idea how dangerous your mind can be to yourself. And as Jordan Peterson has even said, it's so destructive. Like, you can damage yourself being stuck in that cycle over and over, you know?
Very easy to get stuck. Yeah, I don't I guess I don't particularly have advice for people who don't have a creative aspect to their life, or like how do you say, personality trait, because it is a personality trait. Just creativeness. Like, if I'm in that rut, I just go do something creative, whether that's play guitar, listen to me, or write music, you know, maybe draw, do whatever, you know, and make podcast material, even if I don't want to. And that's kind of my driving force when I'm in a rut. But um, I think my favorite quote was Chris Traeger in Parks and Rec. One of the best things, where he's riding a bike. He says, "If I keep my body and my mind occupied, I will avoid falling into a bottomless pit of despair. 24/7, I'm moving like a wheel." And you really have to. And there's a great Rush song called "Far Cry," and it's just, one of the lines is great. It's just, one day I feel I'm ahead of the wheel, and the next day it's rolling over me. And some days it's gonna roll over you, dude. That sucks, but you know, you're not going to operate 100%. It's just not how it works. Life isn't that like that. So you got to have those couple days where it's just like, this sucks, but then you get back up on that horse. It's when you get stuck in that rut for years and years, and it's like, well, that's not good at all. Not doing you any favors.
Yep, and that's
just what I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah, and like, you remember, there was 2 to 3 years ago where I was in a rut for nearly an entire year. I was a fucking asshole, dude. I was mean to everybody. It affected my job performance. It affected everything outside of work. And yeah, for the people that don't have that creative itch, it doesn't even have to be anything really it doesn't have to be creation. I mean, usually that helps, but go on a run. Have you ever been interested in like jujitsu? Mm-hmm. Have you ever been go do it. Just try it. You're going to get your ass kicked. But
if you're depressed, ask yourself, when's the last time I worked out? And if it's been over a couple days, you need to go work out.
Yeah.
Dude, I just
even
hate
if it's a jog, even if it's a walk, start with a walk. Go walk around your neighborhood,
bro. Dude, you can't skate by life without physical activity, and that's the biggest start, because you get that natural adrenaline. Eat something spicy. I ate some spicy ass fucking chicken ramen. I'm like, yeah, let's go, because that natural spice fucks to get that dopamine. That's like natural shit, you know. It's not bad, you know. Fucking, I don't know, man. There's a lot of things you can do, and waiting on it isn't going to help you. No one's going to hold your hand more and more, unless you're a woman. If you're a woman, you're good. I got you. You're just kidding. I was fucking. No, they still have their own set of problems, but God, I wish I was a woman. You lucky motherfucker. I was projecting. I'm just projecting all my thoughts.
It's all good. You're sounding like Joe Rogan, where he's like, yeah, if I was a woman and I found out that I could put my asshole online and get $10,000 a month, fuck yeah, I'd do it. Like,
yeah, fuck yeah.
Like, yeah, any of us probably would. And then they're like, well, would you really though? And he's like, yeah. I would, yeah.
I would, yeah. Honestly, what are you, fucking stupid? You fucking dummy. That's so easy. Oh my God. How much? Even Finster got lucky. I mean, if you're a man that looks like a female now, boy, you are good. You're set for life, man. You're good. I mean, fuck, Finster made $300,000 in one fucking month, you know, and he's even fucking do nudes. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could, what people should start doing more of is like the Thailand lady boys. What is like the difference or aspect of a lady boy? Like, they're not trans, but they're not, you know, like, is that its own thing?
I don't think
is that its own thing though?
I think that's just the translation, I guess, is what they call them. But
lady boy?
I really don't. I think it's the same shit.
Come here, lady boy.
But I think it's in a sense of a more darker aspect, where I think these lady boys, I suspect, from Thailand are probably trafficked at a very young age to be that.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So that's my viewpoint on that. That's why I don't think I'd ever go there and fuck the fucking
I wouldn't.
Taiwan fucking boys, man. That's not good.
Yeah.
Any of that, you want to stay
You're gonna put a
from
cigarette out in your ear.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, I guess that'd be pretty brutal. I think they'd bite your nose off first.
Jackson's not paying the lady boys in Thailand, so they're putting cigarettes out on his back.
There she is. That's the Taiwanese whore that bit my nose off.
Yeah,
it'd be good. Yeah, that's definitely realistic. Let's stay away from there. We're gonna switch topics. We're gonna burn through some more. right here. Here's a good one. People who ride motorcycles without a helmet, fucking retarded. We've talked about it. You're stupid. Wear a helmet. I think we talked about that definitely. Oh, Target paints the entire exterior of the building the wrong color.
What?
Did I talk about that?
No.
Yeah, Target. Not the entire. Sorry, I'm a little exaggerating, but
at the location you work at.
Yeah, the location I work at, on the side of the, I believe it was the drive up pickup. They painted it. I honestly, fuck, man, it's so long ago. It was like a couple weeks. I think it was like a wrong shade of red or something, but it was very like minimal. But they painted it wrong, and lo and behold, they had to come back and repaint it an entire like
was it
wall,
like lighter or too dark?
I think it was too dark was the problem or some shit. So they made it lighter. And I remember seeing the painter. I'm like, I wonder what this guy's painting. And he looked very disgruntled, like just pissed. Because we get a lot of, dude, Target there's never not construction workers in the back. Like it's almost like every day where they're fixing some type of leak or roof or some bullshit. So I get a lot of that. And look, I had another Target song. Okay, we got a couple other Target topics. But yeah, they painted the whole fucking exterior wrong and they'd remodel. And
Target.
I thought it was kind of interesting. So our Target did a full remodel, millions of dollars. They got new coolers, and in 10 years of Target, the head maintenance guy, Randy, really cool guy. He kind of looks like Randy from South Park, minus the hair. I'm not even gonna lie. He's got
Stan's
that complex.
Dad?
Stan's dad. He literally does. Randy Marsh. But he said he worked there for 10 years. He said he's gotten maybe like fucking 25 calls for the coolant over his 10 years. And he said within this remodel in the 2 weeks, he got like 300 calls just from the coolers being shit, dude. Like bad. Like they're just constantly shutting down, failing, and replacing them. Coolant's fucked up. You got some Yanni Onsen up there fixing it. Dude, these construction workers don't give a fuck about customers either. They'll be like, give me that fucking wrench. I'm like, dude, there's kids right there, man. Come on. You can't be throwing wrenches and shit around here. It's like a jungle in this
dodge
fucking
a wrench,
place.
you can dodge a ball.
On top of the cooler. Yeah, I dodge a wrench, dodge a ball. Literally like that. And then to top it all off, Target is playing NLE Choppa like on some days.
What the hell is that?
Blues Traveler, NLE Choppa. You don't know that? It's a very famous rapper. And then get this, Target had the audacity, and they do this all the time because I pointed out, and I get some weird looks when I point it out to my coworkers because they think I'm being offensive. I'm like, how is this offensive? They play American Boy by Kanye West with Estelle. You know that song? I'm liking this American boy. You know what I'm talking about? American boy. Yeah, you know, y'all know. Look that up. You don't know. If you don't know, go fuck yourself. You should know it. They play that song, but take away Kanye's verses. All of them.
They took away Kanye's.
Every single one, but it's the same length. So figure that one out. So it's just this. I'm liking this American boy. And she doesn't even, Estelle doesn't even do her verse because she has a verse where she's like, I don't like those baggy jeans, but I like what's underneath them. She doesn't do that. So it's just, I'm liking this American boy. Take me on a trip. And it's just that over and over again. No Kanye, no Estelle verse. That's it. And it sucks, dude. It sucks so much. And I think it's the funniest shit ever when it comes on because Kanye wrote the song. He's literally half of the song, but it's just Estelle's hook. That's it. That's the song, Estelle's hook. And they just play it over and over again, and it's bad. It's bad.
That sounds
I'm sick of
horrible.
hearing that. But
why would they do that? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I wish I had reference because I wonder if they took it out after the Kanye incident.
I would assume
this was like
so.
A couple weeks ago.
I would assume
so as well.
This reminds me, I want to tell this story because I don't think I've told it on the cast. But you brought up like those coolers, like the big refrigerators, you know, that you put the gas stations have them, for instance. Well, this was like probably 2 months ago. I was at the gas station. I just went after boxing, so I'm all sweaty. I get out, fill up at the gas station near my spot here. I'm filling up, and while I'm there, there's like one of those, like it's one of those semi trucks with a box attachment, but like not a super long one. Like it's like one of those mid-size box trucks, semi trucks, but pretty big. And there's a guy like kind of, you know, whatever, hardy guy getting this. He was getting a new fridge cooler for the gas station off the truck and like meeting with the manager of the gas station or someone that works there and getting it off the truck and putting it in. They're signing stuff. I'm just there filling up gas. Right next to me, a dude pulls up on the opposite like gas station stall, so like diagonal for me, and like a blacked out Civic. Young man hops out. He's filling up his truck too. And he's got banging subs in his car. Like, it sounds good. He gets out. He's just filling up his truck. He's got his kid in the back. It's all good. We watch this guy in the box truck get kind of mad at the gas station guy for some reason after he dropped the cooler off. He gets in his truck kind of angrily. And like, this gas station's on like a busier road with two-way traffic. So it's like really hard to pull out, especially if you want to go left. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really hard to, like, if you want to turn left, you're kind of fucked for a little bit. You're going to expect to sit there for a minute, especially around 5-6 o'clock, like what time it was here. Right. He's sitting with this box truck, and me and this guy are both have like our nozzles on the gas thing, and we're looking at this truck. And did I tell you about this? The guy, I don't know if I told it on the show. The guy peels out, like spins the tires on the truck to get out in front of the traffic, and he literally gets it up on two wheels as he's making the turn, like he's on two wheels, and then it slams back down, and he's stomping on it, dude. You can hear the diesel whistling. He just starts going, and the fucking guy, like diagonal from me, filling up his truck, he's like, man, what the fuck? He's like, people be crazy as shit. Like, he was just like, he's like, that motherfucker's gonna kill somebody. And I was just like, me and this guy were just having a moment. We were laughing so hard. Like, God damn, man, that guy's nuts. Like, why the fuck did he do that? Like, he could have fucking he's like, the dude's like pulling the thing out of his car, putting the nozzle. He's like, that man almost flipped that goddamn thing over. He's like telling his girlfriend as he's getting into his car. And I was laughing. The other dude was kind of laughing too, but it was just like people down here are crazy. That guy was fucking angry, but I've never seen somebody like give the gas to like a heavier truck like that before. Yeah. And fucking try to whip a turn that hard. And then we saw it happen. You almost flipped that fucking thing over.
I squeal my tires every once in a while. I love doing that. People think you're pissed, but I just love doing it for fun, dude. I can get that Buick whipping in that motherfucker.
People, I know so I shouldn't do this because it's the parking garage for where I work. So like, there very well could be somebody I work with parking that watches me do this. But sometimes when I'm like going up the ramp, I'll fucking gun the Buick so hard that it squeals the front tires so loud. It's so loud because it's in the parking ramp. So it's like, yeah. It's just, and I don't know why I do it. Like, it's not good for the car. It just think it's funny. Like, I just think it's fucking funny.
That's the end of the day. That's what it is. It's always that juvenile, like, this is funny. No one's gonna get hurt, and I'm gonna do it. I'll be damned if I. It's when I come down for the right down Kolstad, where the shitty go-kart track is. I squeal out of there all the time because it's so wide.
Yeah,
I love it, and I'll squeal turning into it because it's so wide. I love doing. People give you looks. People walk in, they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "This is fucking awesome."
Man,
but
if it wasn't so expensive to maintain, reopening that go-kart track and buying a little bit more land next to it would be sick.
You'd have to buy so much more land. It's so small. Oh, it's like I made 2 turns and now I'm done with the track. That's how big it is.
Yeah,
it's like I took 2 steps and it's I covered the entire thing.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I never saw it when it was open. I'd like to ask mom and dad about it, but there was this go-kart track for those of you listening that were that was like literally like, I don't know, 5-minute drive from our parents' spot, maybe like a 15-20 minute walk. And it me growing up, it's always been closed, run down, overgrown. There's never been anything there. The place is basically like a shack. Like, I don't even know if somebody owns it, but hasn't done anything with it. Maybe they store something in there. It's all I know about. But I want to ask their mom and dad what it was like, because when they said when they moved here in like the 80s or whatever it was, that it was still open. And I bet you with how small it was, can't even see the track anymore. It's like gone.
You can see it.
Yeah, but it was probably like they probably only had like 2 or 3 go-karts. Like, it probably wasn't that extravagant.
Somebody mows it. I swear to God, someone mowed it like a couple of months ago or whenever it got like warm enough to mow, because I've seen it and then it started getting overgrown again. But no, I want to see what's inside that building. I would like to own the entire lot as well. Should haggle with that guy because I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to own that, like a little hut. Yeah, that hut on the end of the woodland. I got that. That's mine. That thing's fucking awesome, dude. I don't even know what I'd do. Dude, you know what? I would just buy it and fucking leave the house there and rebuild it, but leave the exterior the way it is.
But just build the interior.
And yeah, make it look baller inside. Make it look like a crack den, dude. There's probably crackheads in there now that I think about it.
Nah, they wouldn't be that far up. They like to be downtown where resources.
Have you been in Woodland recently?
No. Are there a lot of crackheads?
There's a couple crackheads. I've had people ask me up at the gas station for money. not crackheads, but at least homeless. There's definitely a
Yeah.
couple
So
unsavory
here's the
characters.
Venn diagram: homeless, crackheads,
crackhead.
and it just like overlaps entirely.
Okay, there was a crackhead though, 100% walking around Woodland Ave. They were tweaking. I know tweakers. You can tell pretty easily. Paul, I gotta get some beef with you because this Times New Roman 10 font is like I can't even see it. Like I'm squinting over here. I'm like, what the fuck?
First of all, hear me out. Hear me out. Let me tell my
Okay,
side.
I'll change it. I got
in school growing up, no matter what fucking class it was, pretty much all the way until like probably mid high school. I think in high school they kind of stopped caring unless it was an English class. It was Times New Roman. Needs to be Times New Roman, and I think it needed to be like 12-point font or 11-point font. I like Times New because I'm just stuck on Times New Roman. It's like, you know how like everybody has a normal font to them? Like this is the normal font. This is like what's considered normal. Times New Roman's my normal font, and I put it at 10 points. I like 10-point Times New Roman. I can fit more on a page. It's not too small. It's not too big. It looks nice bold, it looks nice underlined, and it looks nice italicized. And that is important because some of these other ones like Calibri and all these other fucking stupid defaults like Serif look like shit. Comic Sans looks like shit. Okay?
No, you're living in the past, man. You're stuck up on some font from the 60s, man. Get over it, dude. It's
I like Times New Roman.
Dude, okay, so first of all, I got to give a little reference.
We're not getting rid of TNR. TNR is the best font.
Topic list, and Paul puts it to 10-point Times New Roman, and Paul's got that 2020 fucking eagle vision. I'm over here, mom's fucking 50-40 or whatever, 50-10 vision, and I can't see any. I'm over. You know why I'm leaning? Because the font's so goddamn small. I have to.
Why are you telling me this now on the show? Make it bigger. I don't like how big it is right now. Look at how big you just made it. That's fucking horrible. Now it's like 3 pages, you fucking dick.
Well, then you just go, oh, boom, boom, boom. That was hard. Difficult. I can't even see it out here. Actually, this is a little better. It's bad. My eyesight is so fucking bad. I can't even read road signs anymore. Stay off the roads. I'm just kidding.
You heard it here, kids. TNR, best font.
I could definitely. When did I write this? Braces might be the worst thing you can go through as a kid, besides molestation.
Why did you write that? Yeah, that is true. That's a true fact.
I must have been like a workout thought, dude. I have so many good thoughts when I'm working out that I'll like Google write this down. Having braces as a kid sucks, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" So that's a braces thought. But yeah, I mean, braces suck, man. I mean, braces were the worst thing. I think probably like top worst thing. I guess socially wise and pain wise, probably the worst thing I went through. So I guess I had very lucky with pain, except for the ingrown toenail. So that sucked, man.
That would sum up your braces experience. So here's how it went for me.
No, I mean it was worse, but
as you guys can tell, it didn't work
worked
that
really
great.
well.
Yeah. Here's my problem. So as a teenager, I think I got mine 8th grade and I had them until 10th grade. I think. Had them about 3 years. They wanted me to have them 4 years. But the dentist actually got pissed at me because I wasn't wearing my bands. So here's the deal.
Gotta wear those.
I know. So here's the deal. I should have brushed more. I didn't. I was a stupid, young, dumb kid. I know my parents spent a lot of money on it. And then I wore my bands for a long time. And then I just got so sick of it. Because, like, I still have a big overbite. But it's not nearly as bad as it was. Like, it was really bad. And, of course, probably some of it's come back. And the dentist was like, all right, we're just going to take them off if you aren't going to wear your bands. I'm like, okay, fucking take them off then. So he took them off. My mom was really mad. And then they gave me a retainer. And my teeth looked good. Like, I was happy with my teeth when they were off. Like, when I got them off early. I was like, these look good. I actually, believe it or not, didn't have this gap anymore. This gap was gone. And my bottom teeth still look great. But this is the problem. They pretty much told me, even if I were to wear the bands and go through all the braces, I would have to wear a retainer for the rest of my life at night. No exceptions, for the rest of my life. They were like, my gap in the front was just too big to the point where it's not nearly as big as it was. I don't think it'll ever get back to that point because it's been so many years now. But they said that my gap would get, or that my gap was so big basically in between my teeth that like you'd have to wear a retainer your whole life to prevent it from ever coming back. Now, I stuck with that for like a year. And then after a year, I was so sick of cleaning it. It's stinking, me having to clean it, fucking wearing it every night. It was hard to go to sleep sometimes with it in. Your mouth would be all dry when you woke up. It was horrible. And so eventually I was just like, fuck it, I'm not wearing it anymore. lo and behold, yeah, I got what I deserved, right? My gap came back. My teeth maybe aren't as straight on the sides anymore. I still think my teeth look great, and I've kind of like adopted the gap as like a character thing, kind of like that one indie singer I don't like, Mac DeMarco, who's kind of known for his gap in his teeth. That's how I feel. It's like it's just a part.
Cruise.
Yeah, well, he has uneven teeth. He has like he's missing one tooth, so they like squish it all together, so like he has a tooth in the center. But anyways, like there are a lot of celebrities, famous people, not saying I'm ever going to be that way, that have the classic gap in between the front teeth. And honestly, at this point, it's a part of who I am. Like I go look at my high school senior photos from where the gap was closed from when I had braces. And for people listening, you know, I have some friends from high school that know this. You know, remember there was a point in time where I didn't have the gap for like 2 years. Like when the braces, like even probably Ricky probably knows. You can look at my senior photos. You can look at my you can look at my senior photos. I didn't have a gap, and they looked great. But like with the gap, I think I just look better, dude. It just fits my facial personality better, like who I am, and I've come to live with it. And honestly, yeah.
These are the last thing I notice in people. I'm gonna reveal.
Really?
Literally the bottom of the list. I notice eyes, lips, fucking ears. Teeth are at the bottom of the list. Shoes, bottom, dude. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I think they look all right. But you didn't have not wearing your bands. You didn't have springs. They didn't give you springs.
Oh yeah, I was on
springs. Sucked.
They had springs at first, right? Don't they do springs first and then they do bands?
Dude, nothing's worse than when your spring gets tangled up in your gum.
Oh, it was horrible.
And then you have to hook it back up. And dude, nothing's worse when you're in the middle of class and you have to hook your spring on. And you're like, well, do I get up and go to the bathroom? And I can't, or do I just put it in? And it's just always reaching in your mouth and hooking it back on. And by the way, people who say you can't chew gum and have springs with braces and wires are retard. I did it every single day in middle school and East. I chewed gum with braces, springs, and bands. No problem. Literally, maybe like a handful of times I had a problem. Because I was smart. I just chewed it in the middle. I knew what I was doing. So if you're careful, you can do it. So
I had something break on my spring one time, and like mom had to come like pick me up from school, and I had to like literally go there, and they had to like fix something. Something snapped. But so anyways, like to get out of the braces talk, I know I kind of went on a rant as I usually do, but not a great experience. I do think people should get it done. However, I do think, I mean, I know your parents are supposed to pay for it. I think if you need braces, I'm sure you're supposed to get it when you're younger. It makes the most sense. I think you should get them when you're in like your 20s or even when you're, I mean, I see other people, like older people with braces, but I feel like the older when you get them, the more responsible you are. If I were to have them now, I probably wouldn't have this gap anymore. I would have taken way better care of my teeth. I would have worn my bands.
The idea is your mouth isn't developed.
I know. And that's the problem is like, they want you to get it in that, I don't know.
I thought I definitely didn't brush my teeth enough, but it didn't have any long lasting effects on me.
I have a couple
like other
stains,
people have said. I never saw any stains, and I never had a super big problem. I mean, teeth suck. I don't want to talk about teeth anymore. I'm afraid I have to go to the dentist now. I'm fucking nervous. Great. Now my anxiety's up. I'm just kidding. Speaking of anxiety and shit, I recently, in the last like month, stopped using all medication completely. Just because I was like, didn't want to go back to psychiatrist, and it's working out fine. Anxiety's worse, but just not having the antidepressant and the anxiety is like, to keep a lot more shit in check.
Keep working out, keep eating good.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I realize I don't need to be dependent on such things.
No more SSRIs.
They're not. Oh no, not SSRIs.
I do agree with them if you truly need them, but I feel like a majority of people can solve SSRIs with working out and a healthy diet.
Don't take a SSRI. Don't. I didn't take them. That's not an SSRI. Mine were not. Absolutely not. No. I would no. Don't play with that shit. They don't give those out lightly either. Trust me. Like there wasn't even a question of giving me an SSRI the entire time throughout.
Really? Is that so? I don't really know. I thought an SSRI was like an antidepressant, anti-anxiety. You're telling me it's like super antidepressant.
It's like pretty much, yeah. It's like, well, again, like the big 8 things or whatever you have to get in check. You have to have. Do you have your friends in check? Your family in check? So that's 2. Do you have your finance in check? Do you have your sexual relationships in check? Do you have your career in check? Do you have a meaningful endeavor that you're pursuing? Do you have goals? Do you have adequate housing? Do you have access to food and shelter? And if you can answer yes to all those, or at least fucking what? How many would I say? Like 10. If you can answer 8 or 7 out of the 10, you're probably in the means of maybe taking an SSRI after if you try these other ones that don't work for you because
You're telling me if you answer like
8 if you
like
have if you have 8 if you have 8 out of 10 of those, like you're good, you have all those and you're still depressed, and that's probably real depression. But if you have like 4 out of 10 of those, then you're probably just depressed because you don't have those in order. Get those in order for it first, and then check out an SSRI. If that isn't helping you and you need help before that, then they'll give you something that's not an SSRI. Because once you're on that shit, it fucks with you everlasting forever. It's a benzodiazepine. It's not good for you. It's good. It's good for certain people, and it works really well. But be careful with it. Again, make sure everything in your life is in check. And again, your doctors aren't just going to give it to you.
Well, you know,
see, they knew like I had some things not in check, and also. I guess since I was so young, it wasn't a question. They don't want to give it to young people either.
I got a buddy that's coming off of lithium right now. They had him on lithium.
I'm gonna be real. I've only heard of lithium as the drug from Shameless, where they make Ian not crazy. That's all I know about it. That's it.
And
that's not what it is.
Yeah, and that's what they have him on. Because he's just got a lot of things going on.
Oh shit!
He told me to come down.
No,
I know. No. He's fine. He doesn't. I'm sure he doesn't take that thing. If you were to hear this, he wouldn't take it. Like he's a memer. Okay. He's good. Okay. But like, yeah, lithium, man. Like, fuck, man. Like, I feel like he was just going. Like, people that got to be on lithium, are just going through shit. Like, they're trying to find a solve. Now he's coming off of it. And he said the come down from it isn't horrible, but I always thought that was interesting because lithium sounds like such a bad thing. But it isn't that bad. They just don't use it that much.
Battery.
They don't use it that much anymore though. Like I feel like I think he said it's not that heavily used anymore. It's kind of like a last resort. Yeah. But anyways, away from all that talk, I've watched a few movies lately. Do you care if I go into those movies quick and maybe a TV show?
No.
Okay. See ya.
Podcast's over.
Yeah. So I finally watched Brendan Fraser's The Whale, the A24 lower budget film. I won't spoil it. Not what I was expecting. It's very real. Like it's very real. Like you look at the story and you're like, damn, like this could have actually happened, right? It's very real. And Brendan Fraser.
Was it based on a true story?
I don't think so.
It was.
It's very, I don't know if it was. If it was, they did a good job. It's very intense. Like it's way more intense than I thought it would be. And he did a great job portraying, and I'm really surprised that he did, or not surprised that he won an award or got a standing ovation or whatever for it, because it was actually really good. Are most people gonna like this movie? I don't think so. A lot of people that are homophobic, whatever, are not going to like this movie. I feel a lot of people that have
I won't watch it.
A lot of people fuck you. A lot of people that have a problem with fat people or people being obese, like
another reason.
Yeah, they're not going to like this. It's a very, and by real I mean like, yeah, there are some parts that are kind of disgusting. It's very real. It really he portrays a person, has a lot of mental issues, that, has eating disorders. You can just see what an eating disorder does to a person. It's portrayed extremely realistic, in my opinion. Because I took care of a guy, let's just call him David, even though it wasn't his name. I took care of a guy when I was a personal care assistant that was not the size that Brendan Fraser was in the movie, but pretty damn close. I'm talking like 500-600 pounds.
Shout out David real quick.
Yeah, shout out David.
Shout
out David. I saved that guy's life.
That's actually cool. That's sick. It's just crazy that Brendan Fraser gained 600 pounds, dude. I don't know if he can recover physically from it, but we will see. Honestly,
whatever. He might even have been less than that in The Whale. But check that movie out if you're looking for a really good, kind of like heartfelt, but not really. It's not feel good. It kind of
sad.
Is.
Am I gonna cry?
It's got a little bit of feel good. It is sad.
If I went into the theater and just laughed at parts, would people be like, would we laugh at?
I think so. Yes, I think you would get weird looks.
I laughed at Joker and people didn't like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. So yeah, check out The Whale. I'd give it. I'm a big Brendan Fraser fan, so I'm biased, but I will say that was probably like an 8 out of 10 movies. Especially coming from A24. Not my cup of tea. Like it isn't the type of movie I watch. I just watched it strictly because Brendan Fraser. It looked interesting, and it was one of his first bigger films since, I mean, like, everyone knows he has been acting even in his absence. He just hasn't been doing a lot of like big name movies and stuff. Excited to
Probably
see
having
him in
fun.
that Scorsese movie with DiCaprio and somebody else. He's doing a Scorsese movie soon.
Wanted to see him in Batgirl, but
I
fortunately
can't believe they canceled that. They shelved it.
No, it's gone. It's
I
done
just
for. It's not
want
even
to. I
shelved.
know.
It's
Well,
done though, isn't it? They shot it though.
yeah. They're done. They literally said like Warner Bros. Or whoever shot it, filmed it, had it cut, edited, and they just decided to shelve it and not actually release it.
Something happened. Somebody fucked somebody. Something happened there. I mean, literally, someone fucked someone else. But no.
Can you just release the footage of Brendan Fraser's Firefly? Because I feel like it would be super interesting. I just want to see him as that because I can't imagine him as Firefly.
All burned up. I really love Firefly's character. He's kind of stupid, but also cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's cool though. I really wish they didn't scrap it, but we'll see if they ever release it.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Second movie I watched recently. I'll go into the better one of I don't know. Sisu. Remember that one you saw the ads for? So give it a kind of the same, but almost a 7 or an 8 out of 10. The action scenes are really good in it. So for those of you listening, Sisu is a movie where it takes place kind of towards the end of World War II. Hitler's losing. Germany's losing. And basically there's an older gentleman, I think he's an ex-Finnish general or lieutenant or something, that decided to just kind of like leave the war behind him. He decided to just go out into the plains. I'm not sure what country he was in, and just kind of fish for gold. I think the reason why he had done this is he had already fought. He had lost his wife or something, I think, due to the Nazis killing her. And it's just him and his dog living out in the prairie, and he's panning for gold. Lo and behold, he comes across a massive gold vein, breaks it all up. Guess what? You have to sell that gold. So here he is packing on his horse with his dog. He's got 2 bags full of, gold nuggets. He's ready to go sell it and make a bunch of money. Well, of course, he runs into Nazis. They're not so nice. At first group of Nazis let him live. They're like, he's heading to death anyways. But then he runs into a second group of Nazis, and then that first group of Nazis starts hearing all the gunshots on the other sides of the prairie because they try to kill him and take his gold. He wipes them all out, basically. And so this is just like your classic, quiet, badass, ex-military guy, refuses to die, fighting Nazis the whole way just to get to like a nearest city that isn't fucking burned down, because he goes through a lot of burned down cities from the Nazis, blown up cities, whatever, and just to sell this gold. It's a very good movie. I was expecting it to be better. This is what I don't like, and I know it's kind of been a thing for a while, Jack. You've seen it in movies. This whole it's been around, I think, probably for a long time in action movies now I think about it, but the lead character or the main guy, the main good guy, just not talking really. I don't really like that much because it's being so overdone now. Like, for instance, really old sci-fi movie, Soldier with Kurt Russell. Maybe he says like fucking 10 lines in the whole movie. John Wick throughout all the movies. I think I can't remember what it was, but he says like only so many words throughout all 4 movies, right?
And all of them are said in the first one, pretty much.
Yeah. I like the quiet bad guy, but they're overdoing it. Like everybody's doing that now. Or not the quiet good guy, I mean. Like in Sisu, he doesn't say that much at all. If not, I don't even think he says anything until the very end, other than just like grunting and being in pain throughout the movie. And like, I like that, but now it's being overdone. What do you think of that? I kind of hate it. It is boring. Like, I need to be able to relate to the character sometimes. And like, I can't relate to the character when all I hear is backstory from other people talking about him in the movie, right?
Like, oh, he's a badass.
Yeah,
badass.
Yeah, like literally like, oh, like he was a Finnish general. They say he was the most brutal, blah, 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 blah. Like he, I don't know.
It's just the same old fucking... It's bringing back the old spaghetti westerns, Gary Cooper, the strong silent type.
Yeah,
it's really
strong silent,
coming
exactly
back
that.
In the modern times now. Really, it is in a more violent manner, and I think more fun. But yeah, I'm sick of seeing it. It's really just an excuse for actors to not act at the end of the day. I'd rather have like a strong narrative. Like I'm watching Heat right now. I started the director's cut. I mean, I've seen it, but director's cut is a little longer and more scenes, but there's talking between them and stuff, and they're still killing, but I don't know. It's just, I'm sick of the stupid thing. I want a John Wick-esque, if we're going to do any John Wick-esque thing, I just want a Harry Potter, John Wick-esque movie. Give
Yeah.
me the rights.
Yeah.
Let me know, Warner Brothers and
Well,
J.K. Rowling.
and then they do it, and then they fuck it up anyways. Like Master Chief isn't supposed to talk that much. They go do that Halo TV show. End of the episode, takes the helmet off, and he talks all the time. That's where they ruined it, because that character from the beginning was a strong, silent type.
Oh,
now he's not.
You can't relate to characters that don't talk. The Mandalorian, or take off their mask. The Mandalorian, right there, boom. Fucking Bane. No one understood what he was saying. Everyone loved him. Fucking, it's ridiculous. And yes, you can relate to them. I related to Chief in Halo 3. I don't care. He touched my heart.
Yeah.
He touched my heart. I don't care if he didn't touch yours. We did mine.
I related more with Sarge, the cigar.
He was cool. They're gonna ruin BioShock. For those that don't know, Netflix picked up it's a show. Fuck. They picked up BioShock as a show. It's gonna be rated. It's gonna be rated teen. It's gonna be the big daddies aren't gonna be big daddies. It's gonna be big thems, big they thems. You can't say daddies.
Shut up. They have big metal milkers.
They're gonna be non-binary. They're gonna be trans.
Netflix super sexualizes the big daddies. It calls them big they thems, and they have huge like.
Booker's trans now.
Booker's trans.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
They're
bad.
not little sisters or little they thems.
Little they thems. That's it, dude. All I want is them to start with the first game and just do that and just continue. Like the entire story, just do that from like they did The Last of Us, but do it a little better than The Last of Us.
Yeah,
that's all I ask.
Yeah. So Sisu, sorry we got off topic. Okay, movie. Check it out. But again, getting sick of the strong silent type badass thing. Third movie. It's kind of bad. It's actually, here's the deal. I have a place in my heart for movies that are so inherently bad on all other levels other than like, oh, this hasn't been done before. So like this movie I watched, I'm sure it's been done before, but I haven't seen anything like it. So there's a movie that came out in 2020, I believe. It's called Bloodshot with Vin Diesel. Have you heard of this movie?
No, I haven't. I think you talked about it, actually.
Did I? Okay.
So I heard of it, yeah.
I just watched it.
Not on here, but
yeah. I just watched. I think I talked about it literally when it came out, like in 2020, because I wanted to see it and I never did. I think part of me thinks really it was a bad movie, but part of me is like, oh, well, I never saw something like this, so it was good. But the premise of it is like your typical guy was a Marine or like he was a Navy SEAL, and he gets killed and he's brought back to life by a cutting edge technology company that buys bodies from the U.S. military for research purposes, and the only bodies that go to them are bodies that the military can't send home to families. So like he has no one because his wife and him were executed together. She was killed first in front of him, and he was shot in the head. So he gets brought back to life by this tech company, and they put these nanobots in him where his blood are like these little tiny robots. And he's basically cyborg, but doesn't have any metal parts you can see. So like he can connect to the internet, like he can do everything. He gets shot, it just gets healed by the nanobots. Like he can get ran over by a car and half his face like comes back together. It's like a Terminator basically. But the premise of this one was weird because I haven't seen one like this where the bad guys are actually the tech company. And the dreams he's having, or like when his wife was executed and he was executed and who did it, are all manufactured by that company. And they just keep reusing him. So what's happening essentially is like they put him through this dream sequence where his wife's killed in front of him, or he's doing something badass, heroic, where he saves people. Then he goes back home. Him and his wife get kidnapped. Wife gets killed. He gets killed. And then they wake him up. And every time they're changing the guy, like they're modifying his memories and dreams. They're changing the guy that executes him and his wife to somebody else. And they're using him to go kill people, assassinate people without him knowing, with a different drive. So it's it's weird. And he finds out. Eventually it's like he finds out that they're just literally him repeating the same thing over and over, but killing a different person each time that they're sending him on this wild assassination mission to do. And there are other people, like military people, part of this program that aren't doing that. Like they aren't going into this sleep as like a super soldier. Like one guy has like robotic legs. Another guy, he lost his vision and he has cameras all over him that are connected to his optical nerve so he can like see. So like there's like I know. It's all this ridiculous, like,
Yeah,
futuristic
man.
bullshit.
I got fucked. I got prosthetic legs. What'd you get? Oh, I can connect to the internet and literally fucking
Not
blow
die.
up people with
Literally,
pacemakers.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
can't
literally
die
not
either.
die. Yeah, like
Yeah, man, they fucked me.
yeah,
I'd be
and
so mad if I was that guy.
so I know I keep going on tangents today, but it's I think the movie really was bad. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rotten Tomatoes score is really low on it. I liked it because I hadn't seen anything like with that premise. And that's what I'm looking for in movies nowadays. Good acting, bad acting, whatever. I'm looking for cool new ideas. Because we're both aware. We're all sick of the recycled Marvel garbage, the recycled action garbage. Which you can consider this recycled action garbage. It's okay. Go ahead, interject. What's up?
No, I wasn't doing that. I was literally clearing my throat. Like literally my throat hurt.
Oh, really?
No, you're good. Continue. That's why I said sorry.
No, it's all good. But so I'm just kind of sick of the recycled garbage, and it's nice to see a newer idea. I mean, it came out in 2020. It's been a minute now, but I enjoyed it. So check out Bloodshot with Vin Diesel.
Check that out. Well, I got good ideas for you, Paul. But also, yeah, I'm sorry. No, I was literally clearing my throat. I would never do that to somebody.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're up over an hour now.
Okay, well, shut up. You want good movie ideas? I got you, man. I put it right down here. Me and James came up with it. Actually, I did because I had it for years, but he kind of built on it. I want a movie where a guy is in the U.S. He goes to India to scam people from India to the U.S. And he's the first scammer that like teaches all the Indian people U.S. slang and shit. And that would be the movie where he just becomes a millionaire in this like fucking Indian scam center. You know?
Oh, that's cool. Like he buys a call center in India and he's like,
yeah,
he's teaching.
We're gonna be millionaires. You know?
He like develops
slang,
a thing
like,
that changes their voice.
Up? Oh, bitch, come, all this stuff. And I'm going to teach you American accents as well. And that's, it's a fucking tough, man. It's like Wolf of Wall Street type shit where like, if you don't have that American accent,
you're already,
dude, I already got a bit. Nah, you're sounding a little bit fucking native. You're done. Out of here, buddy. Get that native tongue. I don't want to hear it in here. We speak American in here. And it's just like racist, but not really because they're scamming old people. But I think that'd be a great movie. That'd be a really good comedy. Paul, you want to write it with me? We'll do it like Jonah Hill Superbad.
It'd be a comedy?
Just make it.
It'd be a comedy. I'm thinking it would be like Wolf of Wall Street where it's serious, but it's got comedy sprinkled in it.
Okay, we could do that, actually.
Think about it. Jonah Hill's kind of like the comic relief in a way in the Wolf of Wall Street, and there's a few other scenes where are comic relief. Like, you could argue the scene where he fucks up his Ferrari and he's on the lewds that take forever to kick in. Like, that's that's funny. Like, but...
I thought the whole movie was funny and real.
Actually, you're right. Now that I'm thinking,
it was all a comedy.
It is.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it's like all a comedy, or like A to Z, pretty much. But we could write it however. But that's my idea. That's also my idea for life. I'm moving to India. I bought a ticket. That's just me telling you guys right now. I'd be rich because there's no extradition laws, and it's India, so they don't have any laws about scamming people. They don't give a fuck. No one's coming over there. You do it over here.
Why do I have a strong feeling though that? I don't know, man. I haven't been to another country, but I have the strong feeling that most countries hate the United States, just flat out. Any American that comes there, for the most part.
Oh yeah, I'm telling them I'm from Canada. Fuck, are they gonna know difference?
Yeah, Canada's so neutral. Well, you got to think about it though. Do other countries think Canada is neutral, or do they just think of it as just America but north? Like
I think
we're kind of similar in a way.
I think it's Australia and Canada where it's just like, they're over there. We'll just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Let them do their own thing. I don't want to mess with the big ass spiders over in Australia.
Man, I'd love to go to Australia or New Zealand. It'd be a cool place to visit.
I just remembered. I totally forgot that they legalized weed in Canada. That's crazy. I totally forgot about that.
Like across the whole country?
Yeah, no, it's completely legalized. They legalized weed and then and made it illegal to be straight. So crazy over there.
They made
gays only.
No, it's
it's at least illegal.
What was that? Punishment. Did you see that tweet I sent you? I literally saw Jordan Peterson tweet that like yesterday. I took a screenshot.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I saw it. I just didn't respond.
What did it say? Okay, Jordan Peterson.
Call me sis. Call me sis to my face.
It says, "Call me sis to my face and see what happens." Jordan B. Peterson. No context, just that.
What's he gonna do? Like, is he gonna pull out his fucking? Well, now there, Bucko. I'm gonna have to put about 6 shots in you now. I can't do a good Jordan Peterson.
Listen here, Bucko. I'm gonna have to get out the revolver again and really give it to you. I don't know.
See the path.
It's kind
see
of
a
like
lot of
Kermit, but not
see
really
a
like
lot of
Kermit.
people. See a lot of people that come over and they disrespect me. I can't do it. I can't do accents. I wish I could do accents.
I'm Jordan
not
B.
an accent guy.
Peterson. Do you think you can really fuck with me like that? I'll fuck you up.
You should meet him and talk to him like that in your accent.
Like that's how, as if that's how I
talk,
sound.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I do it that well. Sometimes I can with certain things he says, but I wish I could do more impressions. That's a talent I wish I had.
For sure. I think it's a skill of getting over yourself a little bit. We have to be like kind of like putting yourself on blast. But I practice them every once in a while. I like to think my sassy black lady is up there. I'm just kidding. I can do a pretty good Michael Jackson.
Here's the deal. That used to be a thing you can do. Now you can't do any of that shit. If it has anything with race involved, it's
I can still do it.
Like it's literally just like not allowed. Like you just can't do that. And it's kind of like whatever. Like I don't know.
Oh, it's honorable. I can't do
Jack.
Sake.
You know what we're about to find out tomorrow?
The age
two big Supreme Court things. Student loans. We're supposed to find out tomorrow whether they're gonna rule on it. Yep, supposedly they're gonna rule on it tomorrow. It is the end of June.
True, it is.
But there was one more thing.
They push it to the last day, fucking bastards.
Something about a website case. It was about, oh man, I wish I could find it right now.
Is Hentai Haven coming back online? Then I don't care about it. I'm just kidding. Is Ancon Games, Flash Games are coming back?
No, it's something about like prohibiting public serving businesses from discriminating against gay people, as well as statements announcing such a policy. In 2016, a gay man named Stuart requested her services for help with his upcoming wedding. We are getting married early next year and would love some design work done for our invites, place names, whatever. We might also stretch to a website. So he sent this to like a person that designs websites for people, like for their weddings, whatever it may be. He happens
in Colorado.
Yeah,
we talked about this before.
Have we talked about it? He happens to be gay.
Yeah, no, maybe we talked about the cupcake case.
We talked about the cake. Yeah, there was something about like place of business. Yeah, she wouldn't make cake. Well, this is supposed to get ruled on. Same thing tomorrow. Something about, oh man, I should have read up on this. I'm sorry, everybody. But just go look up the Supreme Court about the LGBTQ plus case regarding the website. You'll get the details on it, but they're ruling on that as well. Really, I mean, like, I should care about both. I'm more so leaning towards the student loans one because it does affect me, and I also think it will affect the nation. And I'm kind of quoting my buddy Ricky on this. If they don't forgive it, which I don't think they will, and if they shoot down Biden's plan, I can almost guarantee that almost bet, kind of like Ricky said, I'm kind of stealing this from my buddy Ricky, that as soon as payments restart, which I think is supposed to be end of August, maybe even sooner, end of July. So like, say they shoot it down tomorrow, we have to start repaying like end of July into August, something like that. Wouldn't be surprised if we actually go into an economic recession by December.
Really?
Because like an actual
people don't have money to pay for that.
Yeah, because like a lot of people, because I think there was some survey, don't quote me on this, grain of salt. I saw somewhere where they took a survey of a bunch of people that still have pending loans and how what would happen if they were to be resumed. And I think it said somewhere between like I think it was like 60 and 70% of people that answered said when it unpauses that they are not in a fit spot to start repaying their loans, like they won't be able to do it. So with that being said, like, doesn't really surprise me. So I don't know. I'm just sick of fucking old white people being on the Supreme Court that have old values and that are rich deciding it for everybody else. You know, I totally get it.
Is it that your term is your life?
I know.
What the fuck is going on? I'll just kill them all. What about then? There we go. Problem solved.
We didn't say that we're going to kill anybody on the Supreme Court. In Minecraft. The Supreme Court in Minecraft. We're going to kill them in Minecraft. Yeah, we're going to raid their base and hold them hostage.
Yeah, I'm going to burn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, if you just think about it, yes, it's going to affect some people negatively should they be forgiven, I would think. But I think it's going to affect people more negatively if they weren't forgiven. Like if they just didn't do, and it's only like 10 to 20 grand, depending on who you are. So it's not even like, I know people literally in real life that have over $500,000 in school debt. People I know. that told me like, yeah, dude, I went to school 3-4 different times. I owe about this much. And they've shown me $500,000, $500,000 in student loans because I couldn't figure out what they wanted to do. They kept changing things up. Those are the type of people like I really don't have sympathy for, I guess, in a way, but it's also like they got caught in a trap. Mr. Man was like, sign here, son, and we'll give you all the money to go to school. Is you sure this is what you want to do? People shouldn't be making that decision at 18, if you ask me, but they do it anyways. But if it does get forgiven, I do think it'll kickstart the economy a little bit. How would it not? Because there's a good blanket of people in that $10,000 to $20,000 range where it's going to wipe out all their loans and they can go buy a new car. They can put their down payment on their first house. You know what I'm saying? Like there are people that
with the price of inflation, I don't think that's going to matter with the forgiven. I think
I think you're right, but I do think it's going to kick, whether or not the inflation, it's going to kickstart the economy. People are going to be spending. That money that was supposed to go towards those student loans are going to go towards something else in the economy, or there's going to be that small fraction of people that save it. But a majority of people are going to spend their money. Everybody spends their money, whether it be on food, that.
It will,
you know?
No,
they're going to spend it. But I agree with you. Inflation does make a huge difference.
It's hard for me to say because part of me, because I do agree the education system, especially with the college, is really fucked up and messed up. But I really don't think that it should go through. I'm going to be real. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's just
fine.
The thing that the government shouldn't meddle in or be forgiving people. At the end of the day, you did make that choice.
Yeah.
And it's corrupt and it needs to be changed, correct? But whether or not my taxes increase with this forgiveness is still fucking stupid because at the end of the day, I'm going to play the card. Well, I didn't go to school, so what do I get?
Yeah, well, here's the deal. They say this
again,
now.
I'm not contributing to the economy, I guess, you know.
I know. And I don't know if they've said this, but people saying that they're going to be paying more taxes if it's forgiven, I feel like is almost false because there is so much student debt past what he's forgiving.
Yeah.
I feel like they would never have to tax more. I don't know anything about finance. I'm talking out of my ass here. But like, why would they wouldn't, I don't think they would need to do that.
Harvard could stop charging tuition for like 100 years.
I think it was Princeton. They did like a study on it. Yeah.
Make money and still
and
make
I think
money.
Harvard would be the same. It was like for the next 100 years, if they let every student in for free, which remember, it's got limited students. It's not like anybody can go. They can only have so many set spots. You know, it's a private school, basically, Ivy League school.
Right.
So like, if they were to, I think it was like the next so many hundred, like I think it was like 100 years or something fucking crazy where they could literally make no student pay that went for that next 100 years and they'd still be making money.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Like, that's crazy.
Hold up. Before I sound like an asshole, if someone put a piece of paper in front of me that said, sign this if you want forgiveness, but we're not going to tax you at all and you won't see any effect from this, I'd be like, cool, I'll sign it. I got you. But I just can't see it not having a bigger effect. So just stay out of it.
That's fair.
And yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
It's just a tough situation, but I would like to see the money forgiven to you, Paul. So I'm gonna go with I'm hoping that it does.
I already know. I'm fucking 99% sure it's gonna be shot down.
Really?
So like,
okay,
I'm already prepped to repay. Well, the only things I know about it is that our Supreme Court has been very far right lately. It's very right driven.
That's funny because I always thought it was left lately. Huh.
Well, they shot down they overturned Roe v. Wade. You know,
it's true they did. I guess I don't pay attention to things as much as
we're about to find out. What if tomorrow they shoot down this this LGBTQ thing and the student loans? Then they're really right. Like, but here are the couple arguments with it where I think it might pass. Number one, Biden put this thing into effect during COVID when, what's it called? Not a state of emergency, but national emergency, basically, when COVID was like a big thing. Financial
martial
national
law,
emergency. Yeah. Yep. Martial law. But that's when he did it, right? And basically, the only reason why it's been brought to the Supreme Court is they think the president doesn't have the power to forgive that much money or make that big of a change to loans without going to Congress. Totally get it. It's a big sum of money. And maybe he should need Congress to vote on that and not just him. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't be able to just do an emergency thing. But
no,
the president I can't remember what president was during 9/11. Was it Bush? When 9/11 happened, Jack, we were in a national emergency, just like we were with COVID, with the pandemic. It was declared a national emergency, and changes to loans and finances were done there as far as an emergency forbearance clause thing by the president. And that's a big part of it because they did it back then and they were able to get away with it. And now that they're trying to do it this way, they're saying it's not.
What did they pardon loans
They
after 9/11?
They changed something financially.
I'm just curious. Generally, I wasn't sure. I'm not following. But yeah, you asked me if I remember. I don't know if you asked me if I heard of it or remember it, but I was not born, so I do not remember either of this at all.
What was it? It was fucking. I can't find the details.
It's okay. Well, anyway,
because I wish I would have saved that article. Yeah, but there was some type of similar thing where the president changed something with loans or interest or something that was pretty significant as far as funds. Probably not as significant as this. And it was fine. It didn't go to the Supreme Court, whatever. The other issue they're going to really have, though, I feel like for the opposing side, the side that does not want this to go through, like the people that don't want student loans to be forgiven, I feel like, obviously I haven't seen the court case. They're going to have a hard time proving injury because you have to, as the defendant, you have to prove how is this going to harm you if it is forgiven.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main people is like, oh, well, it's going to like cause these private companies that have loans to lose a little bit of money. They could go bankrupt. But then like one other person that has a case or like that brought it up was like, oh, I'm left out of it. And since I'm not getting anything forgiven, I think it's unfair. So I don't want student loan forgiveness to go through. There is literally somebody right now that is trying that in the Supreme Court. They're literally like, oh, I don't meet it and I can't get 10 grand or whatever forgiven. So no one should get it is kind of their thing.
Okay. I'm inclined to agree with them a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know it's like, I know it's like a stupid viewpoint and I wouldn't agree with them. I wouldn't even take that viewpoint in public. I would just keep my mouth shut.
There are two people that did,
I think,
them. Similar.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, I didn't take out 20 grand. So what the fuck do I get? It's like,
what they're getting at is they have $200,000 in debt. And one of them is basically saying it's not going to be enough to help me. I don't want it done.
Oh,
like that's one of them. And the other one, I don't know like all the details. Yeah. But it's just also just like, take what you can fucking get, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Dummy. Take what you can get,
but
dude.
now he's shooting like that's what I really wonder is like I feel like nothing's gonna happen. Like if they they're gonna shoot it down tomorrow. Personally, I would like to see some people revolt because someone needs to do something either A about healthcare and at the very least B about the education system here. And if people were to start to revolt, those millions of people that were almost promised this, man, we might see a Republican president if it gets shot down, dude.
I think
next time
Republicans have a huge chance of winning. But more than that, I don't care about the college reform as much as I care about the public school education reform first, K through 12.
Education in general needs to be redone.
But no, I could really see a Republican president coming in. I don't really care either way, but I just don't want the state of what it is right now. Because if we have to do another 4 years of the price of stuff, it's gonna suck. It's really, really gonna suck, man. Or however many years it is, fucking 10 years, 8 years, whatever the fuck it is.
But I know I probably, I just rambled on it. I didn't come in with a lot of details, but I do think it's really important that people pay attention to these things going on because, it does make a difference, for the whole country. But yeah, going back to what you said, Supreme Court should not be life.
No, fucking stupid. Really dumb.
Here's how I would restructure a few things with my dumb, tiny bird brain. Number one, president shouldn't get a 4-year term. It should be, and they shouldn't be able to run twice. It should be 1 8-year term, no reruns. So like, instead of just getting 4 years, then you can run again another 4 years. You know how you can serve a total of 8 years. If you become president, it should be 8 years straight.
12.
Yeah. So what I think it should be is 8 years once. If you can't get reelected, that's it. You do 8 years. That's it. You're done. I don't think
vice president, nothing.
No, I think they should have a vice president.
No, I meant they can't be vice president.
Yeah, that's it. Like you are out of any major politics. Maybe you can go back to being a state senator. I don't really give a shit about that, whatever they were doing before. But if you are president, I don't think it should be 2 4-year terms max because you can only serve for a max of 8 years. That's it. I think it should just be 1 8-year term because I don't even think it's going to help as much, but I think it's going to stop a lot of the flip-flop that always fucking happens where like one guy goes in and spends a majority of his time undoing what the guy before him or the 2 guys before him did. It's like, I don't know. Number 2, Supreme Court, 6-year term for each person on the Supreme Court. You need to be reelected. You can only be reelected a majority of twice. So you can only serve a max of 12 years on the Supreme Court.
2 years.
That's just off the top of my head.
Re-election twice. Total of 4 years. That's it.
I don't know, man. That's such a small window, though, for them to actually get anything done. What about we just do the president terms, but for the Supreme Court, the current president terms, where it's 4 years, you can get reelected again, but you can only serve twice. You can only do a total of 8 years. Now that's not bad. Just what the president is, but for the Supreme Court.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, with the fact that all the Supreme Court don't, none of them die and they're there for life. That we don't know every one of them by names, but we just not taught that. Because those people, I think, are pretty fucked in the head. So fuck all of those motherfuckers. We need a whole new group of people. What if we just did a whole, like, fucking, we just fired them all. See you later, buddy. You know, and then we got a whole entire new system. I wonder how much that would change shit. Right. Drastically.
I think we should.
I just want
I don't know what we should
politicians that don't drink kids' blood. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. That's literally it. But I can't even have that anywhere. Anywhere I go, there's some secret cult that's fucking kids, drinking their blood, summoning demons, killing women, all types of shit. I'm sick of it, man. Hey, I'm just telling you how it is. I'm sick of that. I don't want to see it anymore. The Hollywood elite.
Anyways, Jackson, we are up at about an hour and a half here. Did you want to call it Gutterball 54?
Let's just call it Gutterball 54.
Man, I actually have a lot more I want to talk about. I have energy today, but I think I should cut myself off. I do have some things I need to get done.
For sure. Yeah, I got to do some things. We're going to play Outlast Trials, right?
At some point. I'll buy it at some
playing it right now, right after the cast. I'm just kidding. Paul's too scared to play Outlast.
I don't know. I'll try it out. Jackson, anything you want to say before I write us off here?
No, I'm good. Just keep up the, views, shorts, all that jazz. Fuck, man, there is more I want to talk about now that I think about it. But
right?
We're good. Yeah, we'll come back around next week. Yeah. Hopefully have a guest for you. We're searching for guests constantly. Again, if you want to come on, drop in the comments, DM us, all that jazz. Good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. I got nothing else.
I was just about to say the same thing. So everybody out there, thank you so much for listening. As you know, we're up over a year now of Gutterball, over 50 episodes. That's fucking awesome. We hit over 250 subscribers on YouTube. We're constantly pulling in likes, comments, views across all of our social medias regarding our short content or just random posts. Apologies if you're looking for more of that gaming content. We've been caught lacking there. Hopefully, once it's not summertime and things start getting cold again, we'll be inside a lot more. Maybe get some good gaming content out for you guys. Right around the corner, we are going to have some more things soon. Just a matter of time. Please check out the description. Jackson's going to put his Grailed link down there. He's going to be selling all types of some of the stuff he previewed at the beginning of the show and then some. Like, comment, subscribe here. Go comment on our shorts on all of our social medias. You can find that in the link tree below. We really appreciate everybody's support so much. I cannot stress that enough. Like, I did not think after a year we'd have 250 subscribers. I thought we'd be dwindling still around 50 or 60.
Really good.
But we have 250. That's awesome. Like if we just double that again for next year, like I get another 250 this year to Gutterball 100, great. That's perfect. I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, we're doing 500. We're going at least to 600-700. I don't care.
Oh yeah,
Gutterball will never stop.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm so grateful for what everybody's done for us so far. And like really appreciate the people subscribing, liking, commenting. If you want to be a guest, please reach out. gutterballbusiness@gmail.com. You can find it in our about as well. Email us there. Comment on one of we do read all the comments. We may not respond to them all, but comment on one of our videos if you want to come on the show. We'll check you out. We'll connect with you. We'll make it happen. All right. I think that's it. Everybody.
That's it.
That was Gutterball 54. Whoa!